3, 2, 1.
This is how we feel. 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 This is how we feel.
Welcome to another episode of This Is How We Feel, a show where each week we take a piece of media and tell you how we feel. This week I'm your host, Baby Jizzle. Oh, let's never use that one again.
Ooh, Baby Jizzle,
Baby
no!
Jizzle in the house,
Oh,
and we're
no.
joined by RD. I took your Izzle away from you. Our Dizzle, Baby
That's
J in the
right.
house. Today we're telling you
That's-
how we feel about Space Jam.
Space Jam. All right.
You dance to your chance at the Space Jam. All right,
Wow,
before we
Baby
start
Jizzle.
singing, before Baby Jizzle gets into the theme song, Taylor, take it away in our little segment called Taylor's Bachelor Breakdown.
Taylor's Bachelor Breakdown.
What's the tea, Tay-Tay?
All right, Taylor. This is it. This is the final shebang for this season of The Bachelor. Now, because it is the finale and it's broken into 2 episodes, we will give you 45 seconds of talk time. Taylor, are you ready?
Yes, but I feel like I can probably get it done in 30 because I'm a professional.
Then I will receipt your 45 seconds and you will get 30. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
In Australia, Peter takes the girls to meet his parents on the final one-on-one dates. Peter's mom, Barb, loves Hannah Ann, and we find out that the teaser clip from all season has been about Hannah. Peter's family is less impressed with Madison. Madison tells Peter that they are too different and leaves the show. Peter proposes to Hannah. Hannah says yes, then dumps him a month later. After Peter admits he still loves Madison, Madison flies out to Peter to tell him she changed her mind. At the reunion, Hannah Ann tells Peter off, and we get to watch Barb's heartbreak as Hannah Ann exits and Madison arrives. Madison and Peter are in love but not engaged. Peter's parents made sure that the whole world knows no one in Peter's life likes Madison. Forever, Team Hannah Ann.
Oh, good job, Taylor. Forever team Hannah Ann.
The Bachelor is still going, folks. It's
No,
not
wait, that was
slowing down.
that was the season finale, Justin.
It's not going anymore.
You
Flip the
showed
script
up.
on me.
you showed our card, and now they know for a fact that we do not listen to these before we record.
Oh shit! Damn it. Well, Taylor's gonna tell us what's good, anyways.
Wow, I
We
hope-
never watched the show. The season
She
finale
told
is
me-
here, and I have not watched the show.
She gave me the tea, and we haven't seen it. Well, it doesn't air until tomorrow, so we just record before the episodes air. That's our
Ooh.
problem.
Ooh, who's
But
gonna be the
my-
Bachelorette?
No, but listen. So she told me some of the tea, and basically, they think there's a fan theory that he's gonna run away with one of the producers because. Yeah, because every time he like gets chauffeured away or something, he always gets into the car and there's a blonde producer in the car with him all the time. And apparently, like after the show air, because it's all films like forever ago. So after the show airs, it's like they have to keep it secret in the real world because people are trying to figure out who it is while the
Right.
show is airing. So they don't hang out like the Bachelorette and the person that wins and the Bachelor don't hang out for like those that while the show is airing. But he has been seen with this producer a bunch of times. So Taylor's on board with that. I think I'm on board with that too because the other options are like Hannah Ann, which Taylor said was going to make it at the beginning if you listen to her first Bachelor breakdown.
Yeah,
She was
I
like,
recognize
think
the
she's gonna
name.
be- yeah, and then they think that the Bachelorette that from last season from which this Bachelor spawned is going to come back, maybe. There's a lot of different things, but we're going to find out on Taylor's final Bachelor breakdown of 2020.
Wow, that's gonna.
Well, she might come back for the panel shows like the after ones, like the ones with
like the reunion.
yeah, what's that guy with the white hair that does it for the housewives?
You think I watched The Housewives?
No, but you know the gay icon I'm speaking of.
Oh, Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen. Does he do it?
Sure, I don't know.
He's like a popular interviewer guy, white hair,
Andy
or is it
Cohen?
Anderson Cooper? He's a white hair gay.
No, it's not Anderson Cooper.
Okay, he's like our
It
gold
might be
star
Andy
gay.
Cohen. He's our gold star gay.
He's like the highest ranking gay.
Is he the highest ranking gay? What about Neil Patrick Harris?
He
It is Andy Cohen.
Okay, I thought so. I would say Neil Patrick is like number 2. He's like our silver star gay.
Wow, I wouldn't have guessed that.
And no, especially because Anderson Cooper is like on the Fox. He's on like the CNN. He's on like the daytime television. So like he's
That's
like
true.
probably if you ask an old lady in the middle of Montana, The only gay person she knows is Anderson Cooper.
Anyways, so yeah, The Bachelor's gonna end, and we're gonna find out from Taylor tomorrow.
Well, I know that the Bachelor and the lady that he chooses usually don't end up together. Like, I want to say none of them have like stayed together. I don't know that for a fact, but I want to say that.
I don't know that for a fact either. There's been like 23 seasons or something.
But the producer of the show, that's going to be controversial. I want to come in for
Yeah.
the reunion and then get caught up on everything.
Maybe that's the new thing. We watch the first episode where they introduce them all really awkwardly, and then we watch the last episode and the reunion stuff.
Yeah, and we guess who's going to make it to the finale based on the first episode.
One day, Justin, one day we'll be together. We'll be able to make all these dreams come true.
Oh God, we should do like a whole marathon of Bachelor and just really just hate our lives.
We should build a basketball court in the front yard and have a chain net, and then I can wear like a see-through button-up and come outside and say, "What are you doing out here, boy? It's almost midnight." And you're gonna be bouncing a basketball around, and then you're gonna shoot it up into the hoop, and you're gonna go, "I want to be a basketball player,
And then eventually, I'll play baseball just like my
just
dad.
like you, just like my daddy."
Well, what a great segue into this movie called Space Jam. One of like my favorite movies as a kid. Came out November 15th.
This is a hot, fresh piece of garbage, Justin.
Oh, it's so hot. It's hot trash on the sidewalk of New York City, stinking up
Why?
the alleyways.
Who I know that it sounds so good on paper. This movie,
Yeah.
sounds so great on
Especially
paper.
in 96. Michael Jordan's at the height of his career. Looney Tunes are a thing.
Wait, was the 96 the height of his career?
I'm just guessing. I was born in 96. I don't know what was going down in the basketball politics world.
Justin, while Michael Jordan was at the peak of his career.
Michael Jordan.
I want to say the peak of his career was like the 94 Bulls. I don't know. Whenever he was, maybe it was 96.
I don't know if it's the peak, but it's definitely still in the general zeitgeist. People know who a Michael Jordan is. He's still hot. He's hot on the scene.
Right. He was right before his Hanes commercials.
Sure, right. This came out November 15th, 1996, right in time for the holiday season. I am less than a year old at this point. January, February, November, maybe like 10 months old. I'm just going to guess that.
When did he get his hoop earring in?
That's a great question. So this
Supposed to have
was
all the answers.
Michael Jordan got it on April something, blah, blah, blah.
Wow, could you imagine if you pulled up the tattoo shop and the time and place that he got his hoop earring tattoo? I mean, hoop earring tattoo. Hoop earring Peterson?
This movie is a freaking fever dream. And just for the audience at home, I don't want to say a nightmare and I don't want to say a lucid dream, but somewhere in between those. I woke up with a jolt.
He had a lucid
Lucid mare
runaway love. That's what song was playing in the background of that dream.
yeah.
The
It was.
ludicrous Mary J. Blige song.
I wish it was Space Jam. I wish it was do your dance, take your chance at the Space
But it was-
Jam.
Runaway love. Yo, Justin's only 20 years old. Louis got on a plane flying so cold.
Oh. Yeah, no, it was more like me flying and not knowing where I'm going and heavy metal playing. Where
Oh my god.
am I? No. Well, yeah, like you said, it's a young Michael Jordan. He's playing basketball in his backyard. It's the summer of 73. He's telling his dad, I just want to be a NBA player, get a scholarship, make it to the top, and then play baseball like my old man.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
What an iconic song made for this hot garbage of a movie.
It was made for this movie? No, it was made
Yes.
for the Muhammad Ali movie.
No, it was made for this soundtrack.
No, I don't think that's true.
Damn, now I gotta look it up because I'm pretty sure I read that.
Oh no, you know what? You know what's made for the Muhammad Ali movie? I'm the greatest. So maybe it is this one. I'm that mountain peak up high. I'm that sun up in the sky. Hey, I made it. I'm the world's greatest. No? Justin?
I believe I Can Fly is a 1996 song written and performed by R. Kelly for the soundtrack of Space Jam, honey. And then
You're
later,
right. Yeah, I
later
know. I
included
just
on
said-
his 98. I'm just letting you know the facts, honey.
I just said that you were right.
The year is 96. R. Kelly is still in our good graces. It was a good time to be
Wow.
alive.
Was it? I think he married Aaliyah at this time.
I don't know. I never watched Surviving R. Kelly. I just canceled
You
him
need
with no
to
knowledge.
see it. You need to see it.
It was a no knowledge cancel, honey.
I mean, he deserves it, but you still need to watch Surviving R. Kelly because it's good media. I mean,
Well,
it's good.
this is not a podcast about R. Kelly and surviving the abusive relationship that comes with it.
I can fly.
So yeah, he tells his dad he wants to be a baseball player, and then he goes for that last dunk, and then it seamlessly cues the best intro song of all time, honey.
Michael Jordan. Bugs Bunny. Ow, I hurt my neck really bad when I was moving around the mic.
You were
real
whipping it
fast.
around. Come on and jam. You're welcome to the jam.
Hey,
Come on and slam.
and
Welcome to the jam.
And what? And the ooh.
It's time to get up. It's time to celebrate. Everybody get up.
Bait down. All right.
Wave your hands in the air if you feel fine. We're gonna send you into overtime. Welcome to the Space Jam. It's your jam. Do your dance in the Space Jam.
I really did a number on myself.
I'm so sorry. They really did a number on that song, bro. That is like the best song. I can sing that all day, every day. I was singing it at work the other day while I was running trays, just singing Space Jam to myself. Someone heard me and was like, "Oh, I remember Space Jam." And I was like, "Yes!"
They did Space Jam on Punch Up the Jam, and I want to say it was Griffin Newman's episode.
Oh, very nice. Now I have to check
Yeah,
that
so
out.
you would love that, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that intro shows us Michael Jordan's basketball career, the other b-ball basketball career. He's doing hoops. He's loving it. He's at the pinnacle of his career. And then it shows us at a press conference where he's saying that now that at the peak of his career, he's going to switch on over to baseball like his old man. And everybody goes crazy. What? Baseball? What are you going to play? What? Michael Jordan is played by a professional impersonator. No, I'm just kidding. He's played by himself. He's doing a great job. Can you imagine we got someone who looked that much like Michael Jordan?
And acted that bad still, I'd be so mad.
Oh, he's really phoning it in. They were just like, okay, the first take is good. It's Michael Jordan. You're not going to tell him like, Michael, can you play it up a little bit? Can you give us some
That
reaction?
was so funny. Michael Jordan. God damn it, Michael Jordan impersonator. Did I say Michael Jackson before too?
You said it like 10 times today. But it's so funny because
Right
this
down
is so influenced by Michael Jackson. The director of this movie, Joe Pytka, he was a music video director in the 80s. He directed The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Dirty Diana.
Oh, Dirty Diana.
And Heal the World by Michael Jackson.
Which one was the last one?
Heal the World,
How does that go?
Michael Jackson. I have no idea. I just figured it was a Michael Jackson song that people would know. He also did a lot of Pepsi and Hershey's commercials in the 80s and 90s. He's very much a music video director. So just think of this.
They're famous.
Think of this movie as one long music video.
In that case, it still failed. No, I did great.
It's still hot garbage.
I mean, I guess that's why it's like an hour and 10 minutes. Like,
It's so short. It gets to the third act like halfway through the movie, and then we just stay in that last basketball game.
It's not even halfway through the movie. It's like that third act is like 10 minutes, and you just don't notice it. It just feels like a Looney Tunes episode.
Yeah, usually it's a very they really try to make a scene out of like going to the third act because you got a whole location change.
Yeah,
usually
there's gotta be a big old fuss always.
Usually there's a all hope is lost moment right before where you're like, oh,
Right,
I don't
right.
know if I can do it, and then you gain the strength,
or
and then
like
you
the
go.
cataclysm of getting all the information together or something.
Yep. If there's a team, usually the team splits apart, and our main character now has to say, you know what? I'm gonna get the team back together for this last job. None
or
of that.
he goes on the mission by himself, and then the rest of them just show up, knowing he would need.
That's a good one too. Yep. But you know what? None of that happens.
They got him his shoes. His homeboy showed up, and then they teleported to the game.
Yep. Right into it. So
basically.
here's a setup. After the press conference, the camera zooms out of the building, past the moon, to an outer space amusement park called Moron Mountain. You get the impression. What's up?
Horrible name for an
Moron
amusement park.
Mountain. Like, why would you want to call somebody a moron? Like, I would love to be a moron at Moron Mountain. Like, that's not exciting. No wonder the park
Instantly,
sucks.
that kid is like, "Don't take me here, Dad.
Don't
This
take
fucking
me
place
anymore.
sucks."
So just zooming in, you get the impression that this park has either seen better days or it's always been a freaking shit show. The owner, played by Danny
Honestly, the
DeVito.
latter.
I don't know when they say his name. Maybe it's on a plaque on his desk, but his name is Mr. Swackhammer. Never comes up. Never comes up in the
Never
movie.
Heard that. Never heard that. Didn't hear that one.
So
Who
he's
named
wondering-
him that.
I don't know. I feel
Did
like
they let Danny DeVito name himself? That sounds like something that Danny DeVito would say on the fly. I don't know, Mr. Slackhammer.
Mr. Swackhammer. That's it. All right, let's go. Let's film.
That's a bad. And we're both bad at really bad Danny DeVito.
He's a very particular voice. It's just a gruff voice.
What does he say? What's his song in Hercules?
So you wanna be a hero, kid? Well, whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo.
It's just
Yeah,
like
no,
a older.
I put too much
I'm doing
New York
like a New York. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
kind of thing. I do too much of that.
So he's in the office, like you said, wondering why people don't come to the park anymore. He says, we need something nutty, something wacky, something loony. And he
One of
sits
his
on the
bitches say,
remote.
Looney.
Loony. And then he sits on the remote. All the Looney Tunes pop up on all the screens of his 1,000 screens. And he's like, I need the Looney Tunes. Go get them. And then he sends all his little alien henchmen to go grab the Looney Tunes.
He needs more people to come, so he's going to take something that has a popular fan base on Earth, of which no Earthlings, I'm sure, visit this park, and move them to an amusement park where they have no notoriety in the universe.
You know, I didn't even think about that. I just figured they were
Yeah.
good star. They were big stars. They're also cartoon
On
characters.
Earth. Yeah, on Earth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if his plan would have worked if he actually went through with it. Like the Looney Tunes show up and
I-
everybody's like, "What is this?"
I do not think so.
Because they also look like aliens to them because they're from a different planet. It's Danny DeVito, honey. Do I need to list everything he's freaking in?
No, but he's the Matilda.
He's in Matilda. He's got a lot of range, honey. There's a whole meme going on of where you just post someone and you're like, let's talk about range.
Let's talk. Oh, you want to talk about range?
You want to talk about range, honey? Danny
But y'all
DeVito, honey.
Y'all are not ready to have this Danny DeVito talk.
He plays the villain in this movie, in Matilda. In Batman Returns, he's Penguin.
Oh God! Wow, you're right.
And everybody knows he's in My Little Pony, the movie.
What?
He plays a villain. I've never seen that movie.
My Little Pony, the movie?
It's like 80s or 90s, like very old, but he's the villain in that one.
What?
But then he also is so lovable sometimes. He plays the Lorax. He plays my dog
yeah.
Phil from Hercules. So you wanna be
Yes.
a hero, kid? Well,
So you want to be a whoop-de-doo.
whoop-de-doo. She got range, honey. Let's not talk about Danny DeVito.
She's got range.
So we
It's
swap
Always
on
Sunny.
over. We Always Sunny is so good. That's an in-between role. He's not a villain, but he's definitely not lovable. He's a
He's
little.
an anti-hero.
He's a little disgusting man in that show.
He's a little disgusting
He's a
ball
little-
of what?
He's a little filthy boy in that show. All right, so we come back from Moron Mountain. We're back in Michael's first baseball game, and he is not doing too well. He's not doing too hot. He's striking out. The catcher's already given him plays. Hey, curveball, don't swing. He still swings. Michael Jordan, what are you doing?
They're treating him not like an equal.
No, they're giving him special treatment, and it sucks. And even then, he's not taking advantage of it. Maybe that's him not wanting to, take advantage of fame, and maybe he really thinks he can hit the
He
ball.
wants
But
to stay humble. Yeah, he wants to be the baseball player that's good because he's a good baseball player, not because everyone's handing him shit.
well, after he strikes out, he goes to the stands, and he's down in the pit. And then one of the execs, I guess, just some random
My fucking God, I
Older-
hate this guy so much.
older white dude
Norman,
says,
the motherfucking mailman.
says, "Hey, Stan Podolak is this guy's name. You can take care of Michael. Make sure he gets everything he needs. You watch after him."
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that.
And then immediately,
Picture me dripping in sweat.
Ew. He immediately falls into the what is it called? The dig, the hideout, whatever it's called.
Dugout.
The dugout.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? It's a combination of those two words. I was close. Let's cut that out. Cut that out.
What did
And
you
he-
say, dig?
I said the dig or the hideout. It's a dugout.
Ooh, that one's not getting cut.
Immediately, he falls into the dugout. It's annoying. It's gross. Embarrassingly enough, though, he was really funny for me as a kid. So, like, I'm not going to say it doesn't work. It doesn't get me
It's
laughing
disappointing.
as a
That's really
24-year-old.
disappointing.
But as a kid, I was like, oh, he's so silly. He
No,
keeps
I've
falling
always
over.
I've always thought he was disgusting
I
from
was-
day one.
I was like a
Since he
kid's
was Norman the
kid.
mailman on Seinfeld, I was like, this man is disgusting.
He is. And he really...
And he's in those Jurassic Park movies, and he's fucking disgusting in those too.
not only physically disgusting, but he's a really like evil character. He's in it for the
Yeah.
money. He's stealing that genetic code to sell to other
And,
people.
like,
he's a real,
God,
he's a real wretched man.
I just got chills because of how disgusting he is.
I used to eat it up. I was a real kid's kid. I was a real cartoon kid.
You're a real cartoon kid,
So
yeah.
anything slapstick really used to get my goat.
Mm-hmm. Lowest common denominator comedy over here.
What's this guy been in? You already said Jurassic Park. Hello, duh. He was
Justin loves Dane Cook in
never-
2020.
Oh, what did you just say?
I said Justin loves Dane Cook in 2020.
What did you just accuse me of? How dare you? Heresy. Besides Jurassic Park, he also is in Dirty Dancing. Never actually watched that movie, but
What?
he also plays a guy named Stan.
Wow, he's really got the Stan thing going
He's
down.
got the Stan down, okay? Yeah, I want to watch Dirty Dancing, though. I love Grease, and I feel like I'd like that movie and Footloose. I feel like they're all in the same genre.
Huh. That's a bold statement.
I
Okay.
I don't know. Again, I haven't seen either of those movies, but they're all dancing and singing. I don't think they sing in
Huh.
Dirty Dancing, but they definitely sing in Footloose.
Huh. Okay.
Have you seen all three of these movies?
Nope. I haven't seen Dirty Dancing or Footloose, but I almost guarantee you that they do not. The only song that they sing, quotes, quote, sing, is like that.
Footloose.
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 Kick off your Sunday shoes. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I can't even tell you if they actually sing that.
yeah, I don't know if that's like a credit song or an actual singing song. I feel like I would like it. I like dancing, even if it's just the dancing. I'll be happy with that. And there's that one
mean, it's
move
Kevin
that everybody
Bacon,
does, the
so-
Dirty Dancing move. It's called the Dirty Dancing move.
Yeah, where you
trademarked.
lift me up into the sky.
Will you lift me up? And I spread my arms like an eagle.
We both said lift me up.
Lift. You want to be? I'll lift you up. I'll do it.
No, you're right. It's more thematically appropriate if I lift you up.
Okay, there we go.
My little light, little
the
short
Aladdin
little
to my
baby.
Jasmine.
I
Someone-
can show you the world.
I was walking by the kitchen, and the cooks always love to like yell out things because they're just standing there in the hot kitchen. They have nothing better to do, so they always like.
And someone called you Jasmine?
No, one of the guys says a whole new world, and I looked him straight in the eye, and I said every moment, red letter. And
Oh my god.
he looked at me, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Do you not know the song?" He was like, "I just know that one part," and I was like,
Get away from me!
You're too much for them.
I was so
You're
disappointed.
too much.
I really came in
They don't
strong
know.
too. Like the whole line looked at me, and I was like
Yeah.
focused in on his eyes, ready to like sing it to the end. You know?
Yeah, no, he was not on the ride, bro. He did not ride that wavelength.
He was like, "I'm sorry. Was that for me?"
That must have been. I would have been so embarrassed, but that must have been such a power move for you to whip around and be like, "Never mind, you piece
Yeah.
of shit."
Honestly. So yeah, Wayne Knight. He's also in Tarzan. He's the elephant, Tantor. We know that.
Oh, gross.
He was Al, the toy collector in Toy Story 2. Also a filthy little man.
You know what I almost said?
What?
You know what I almost said? I thought that was Ross, like David Schwimmer, but he's the giraffe from
From
Madagascar.
which is a great movie. I rewatched it and I was like, these jokes are hitting.
Those two characters are so similar, though.
They really land. Yeah, they're like the finicky friend, the one who's like, no,
They
guys,
both-
this
they
is a
both-
bad idea.
constantly require medical attention and know way more than any other animal on the screen.
Yeah, that's a good observation right there.
Comparison. Thank you. Yeah. We
So
should
those
watch
are-
Madagascar. Put it on the list.
Oh, absolutely. It's actually so good. I watched it and
It
I was
is
like,
so
yo,
good.
this might be a 10. Like, even though the
Yeah.
animation is showing its age, it was so good. And Babe kept looking at me like, you're really loving this ride, aren't you?
A 10? Damn, if you feel that way, I don't know how I'm going to feel. I won't watch it until we watch it for the pod.
The
'cause
jokes land, and they just
I
continue
love Ben
on.
Stiller. I used to love that movie. I used to think it was so good. I used to think the second
Yeah.
one was really good, too.
It holds up, if not just age is like a fine wine. You know,
Did
it's
they make
really
a third
good.
one?
Unfortunately, they did. Yeah, I think the second one is probably good. I only watched the first one, and I was like, this is a great ride. I don't want to ruin
Yeah,
it by
Escape to-
watching 2 and
Escape
3.
To Africa is good.
It's good, and then 3 is the whole circus clown. Like, why did they do that? That's all I can think of when I think of that
Wait,
movie.
what was it?
The zebra, Chris Rock zebra has a clown thing. And it's like da 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 circus. Da, 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 da. Like,
Oh, yeah.
That was the trailer, and that's all that stuck in my mind. And I was like, this.
The
is-
circus, and then they made a song about it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not even dive any deeper than we have.
Afro Circus.
No.
Dun, 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 Afro dun, 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 circus. Afro Circus.
Please
Afro
stop.
Circus.
It's gonna haunt me in my dreams. That's what was playing when I was flying through the sky.
No, no, Afro.
So besides those known movies, he was also the microwave in The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars. Shout out to my brother and my mom because we used to watch that movie so
Who was this?
much. The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars, not the first one. The Brave Little Toaster.
Who is this? Who are we talking about?
Wayne Knight, the filthy little man. Yeah,
He was who?
the microwave, the main. Oh wait,
the
not the
bad
main
guy?
guy because the main guy is a toaster. But
He's a toaster.
no, I think it's one of his friends. They all have a little team. There's a lamp.
I
and there's
thought the
a-
vacuum was his friend.
the vacuum is also his friend. He's got many appliance friends. It's an appliance movie, all right. They all head on to Mars.
That's a fucking weird weird series of movies.
I don't understand. Apparently, this is the third one. When I looked it up, I was like, oh, there's the Brave Little Toaster, something something, and then he
I
goes
used
to
to
Mars.
love the Brave Little Toaster, and I don't remember which one it was where he was like climbing a mountain or crossing a canyon or something, but I saw that one a lot when I was a kid.
I remember it was like really, I don't want to say deep, but like I remember there was a sad moment where like all hope is lost, and I remember really feeling that as a kid.
Like the vacuum was like really depressed or something.
I need to rewatch that movie because it's probably
Yeah.
heart garbage as well.
No,
But,
it's probably really good. It's probably really good, and we're stupid.
If you've ever watched Shaolin Showdown on Cartoon Network,
Oh God, with the dude with the Krillin's head.
yes, exactly him, where they have little artifacts that do things like changing chopsticks. You can
Shaolin Showdown.
then the tiger's claw. You can rip open a little portal and then jump
and
through
then
it.
there's like fire, air, earth, water.
yeah, the four guys all have their own element. Raymundo was the coolest. He had
And
air.
I was always the fire guy because he's cool.
No, the fire was the girl, the chick with the pigtails.
Oh, who am I thinking about?
You're probably thinking of Raymundo. He's the only normal-looking guy.
Oh,
It's little
Maybe,
Krillin, Chinese chick with the pigtails, big old cowboy who was Earth, and then Raymundo,
Yeah,
who was the
right.
coolest guy.
yeah. I was Raymundo. Who's he?
Who's Ray Knight?
No. Who's Raymundo?
Oh, Raymundo's a little tan kid, and he's Air.
yeah, but what does he do? Oh, air. Okay.
Yeah, he ended up being like the chosen one. Like they kept on talking about who's
Yeah.
the chosen one.
That's that's why I thought he was fire because I remember him being the chosen one.
No, I remember he does like this cool like force palm, and then like the overall bad guy of the series went,
Ugh.
and then behind him the mountain like poof, a huge handprint of like just like
Whoa,
his
that's
hand.
cool.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So Wayne Knight plays the little green dragon, little Mushu knockoff, basically in that show.
Oh, the one that grows and shrinks according to what they need.
Yep, that's the one. Need a little comic relief for like the mentor of the team. I mean, they had
Oh,
that
like
old
a
guy.
giant piece of shit.
Yeah. He was the worst, but he was in Shaolin Showdown, so that's an interesting fact. So as Wayne Knight's being a little filthy man, the spaceship flies right over the stadium, and everybody looks up. And I noticed that nobody's looking in the right direction, but that's besides the point. Nobody gives a shit. It flies over, they keep on going, and they dig into the
And
ground.
Nothing
and
changes.
Everybody's eyes turn from the sky right back down to Michael Jordan. Like, yeah, he's still striking out. Like, nobody cares. A whole spaceship. It's not the craziest thing that happens in this movie, but I did notice it. I was a little bugged. I was a little weirded out. They dive straight into the ground, the spaceship, and they keep on digging until they see the giant Warner Bros. Sign.
Yeah, they gotta fly through the piece of rubber that is the Warner Brothers logo.
The logo that separates the 3D world and the 2D world. It
Oh, I
busts-
guess that is what that is, huh? That's like the portal.
Yeah, the portal, if you will. I don't know how things work. But I do think it's interesting that the baseball field is in LA, and so they kind of fly to LA and underground because, like, that's where, animation and all that stuff happens.
Right, that makes sense. That's really cool.
So if there's any semblance of realism in this movie, any at all, I guess.
Wait,
that's
so
where we
is
can
the
find it.
the stadium that they're in is in LA?
Yes, it is. It's actually Blair Field Recreational Park on Long Beach, California, USA.
Cool.
All the baseball field scenes were filmed there, and it was also the field that they used in Moneyball, the Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill movie.
Never seen it.
Never seen it either. Okay, I hoped you would. I know you're a Brad Pitt fan.
Sorry, bud.
Never
I am a
seen
Brad
it.
Pitt fan.
It looked
You're
good,
right. No,
though.
I never seen it.
It looked very
It did look
serious.
good. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah,
I remember That was the point where Jonah Hill was like just got skinny, like he was always known as the fat comic relief, and that was his first serious movie. So I remember that was like a big takeoff for him.
good for Jonah Hill.
Good for Jonah Hill. So
Good
they
for fat Jonah Hill, but good for him.
good for skinny Jonah Hill. R.I.P. Fat Jonah Hill.
Rest in pieces. Rest in pizza.
So they burst into Looney Tunes world. They immediately find Bugs Bunny and they tell him to round up all the other tunes. So we got Billy West as Bugs Bunny, and he's also voices Elmer Fudd. Billy West also plays Philip J. Fry from Futurama.
Oh, what? Wait. Hold on. Bugs Bunny plays Fry?
Yeah, he also plays Zoidberg.
What? Fry plays Zoidberg?
Yeah, I didn't know
That's
that
funny.
either. And he's also
That's
Bugs,
weird.
Elmer Fudd. He's Doug from the Doug cartoon show.
What?
He's the Red M&M.
What?
He's also Ren and Stimpy. He's a voice for both.
Wait, like Ren and Stimpy are the same voice actor?
They're the
dude?
same
That's-
guy.
This is killing me. Hold on.
Billy West is getting
Okay,
money
Billy
behind
West-
the scenes.
Is not only the guy that's saying duck season, but he's also the one saying wabbit season
Yeah,
back to himself.
back and
Wow.
forth. Yeah, a lot of character work.
I know. And then he's Philip J. Fry and Zoidberg.
Yeah,
So they're
good for
doing the
him.
same thing then. And then Ren and Stimpy's obviously talking to each other the whole time. They're the only two characters in their TV show as far as I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What talent. I wish. Could only hope I had that much talent.
Could only hope you can get paid for talking to a microphone for so long.
Oh, if only we could get paid for talking into microphones.
If only. So Stan drops off Michael at his house. And his car is smoking and doing a whole bunch of things. Michael is obviously at his limit. He's trying to like get away from him. He walks up to his house and
She's a
he's
classic.
attacked by his dog Charles as his wife and kids arrive. His son also had a bad day at his baseball game, so he just runs on into the house. I don't want to talk about it, Michael Jordan, Dad.
Well, they both had bad baseball games.
Basketball, baseball. There's a lot of b-ball going on. A lot of
Both
b-balls.
had a bad b-ball games.
A lot of bad b-balls and a lot of MJs.
Oh my god, you're so right. That's why I keep getting it wrong.
So Michael runs into the house, tells them about his own bad game. And I really like this line because he says, "Oh, were they all mean about it when you striked out?" Michael Jordan says, "Nah,
Even worse.
even worse. They're all real nice about it."
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I know, being famous and rich is so hard.
Justin.
Sorry. No, it's actually a great piece of dialogue. It's like one of the few like real emotional scenes. It's the only time that they actually talk to each other.
Nice way to degrade the only good part of this movie.
I gotta add some jokes in there, okay?
I mean, it's true. Like, boo-hoo, bitch. Like,
Yeah.
God, I wish I had your problems.
Yeah, everyone's so nice to me. So as Michael's leaving the room, we see the Looney Tunes on the screen. All the kids are watching it because he's like, "You shouldn't be watching this news. Watch some cartoons."
It's because he was on the fucking news screen.
Yeah,
Sucking
they were
ass at baseball.
talking about how Michael Jordan sucks. And we see all the Looney Tunes run off screen for an emergency cartoon character union meeting. That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
So this house that they run up on, the house that Michael Jordan's house is at, it's at 1002 Highland Street, South Pasadena, California. It's also the Strode house in Rob Zombie's Halloween remake. Probably my least favorite of all the Halloweens.
I haven't seen it.
It's so disgusting. Rob Zombie is a maniac of a man. It's right around the corner from the original Strode house from like the original Halloween movie.
Oh, really? They're on the same street?
Mm-hmm. It's like literally right around the corner.
Oh, that's so funny.
You make a right and you'll see it. And it's funny because in the original Halloween, they walk from the original Strode house to Tommy's house, which is around the corner. So they literally pass by all these different houses.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
It's also the Stronghold family house from Sky High. Everybody loves Sky High.
Yes.
And it's right next door to the Liar Liar house.
Wait, like the freaking Muniz movie?
No, like the
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. There you go.
Yeah, wow, that's funny.
No, you're thinking a Big Fat Liar.
I'm thinking a big fat liar.
Very different.
Who's that other guy? Who's that white guy in that movie?
I don't know. He's in so many things.
He's in John Dies at the End. That's the only, I mean, he's in a lot of things. He's
in
in
a
Straight
lot of
Outta
things.
Compton.
He's always an asshole. Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
he's always a fucking.
but no, in Straight Outta Compton, he's the one who's trying to get the team together, right?
No, he's a dick still.
I thought he was the producer
like-
guy who was like trying to.
He was trying to get them out and get famous. But he was also taking a bunch of money from them. Like,
Oh, you're right. You're right. So it's a little bit of both. He gets them famous, but he's also mooching off of them.
right. He's their manager or whatever.
So at the character meeting, the henchmen try to take the Toons prisoner, but Bugs tricks them into letting them defend themselves. Oh, let's try that again.
Classic switcheroo.
Classic switcheroo. Just tape a note in there that says "Let them defend themselves." This is how this movie is going already. The whole
Oh my
plot of
God.
this movie to have a basketball game to save the Looney Tunes comes from a note that he scribbled in last second.
This whose fucking brain did this come out of?
This was not a movie for dissecting, for breaking down, for
Definitely not, because it is a fucking freak show.
It's more of a roller coaster, if you will, just meant to be taken all in one go. Don't stop and look at any pieces because they might fall apart.
You know, that's a great way to describe it. It's like a Disney roller coaster where there's like a lot of thematic things going on, but like you knew that the main reason they built the roller coaster was to actually have a roller coaster. So it's like a crazy roller coaster, and then you're looking around and you see all these like thematic things that don't really line up to any kind of real story, but you pass by them so quickly you can't even remember them by the time you get to the next thing. So it doesn't really matter.
Yes, exactly that.
This is Aerosmith's Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket.
Yeah.
I mean, not Rip Ride Rocket.
No,
Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
This is Aerosmith's Rock and Roller Coaster as a movie, but about basketball.
But about b-ball.
Basketball.
Now I shared. Since the aliens are slow. and
Foghorn
they have-
Leghorn's a racist.
Oh no. We're not getting into that, okay? This movie is problematic enough.
Boy, I said boy.
Oh god. And then at some point in the movie he says, "Well, I wish I was on a cotton field." And I'm like,
He says what?
he was singing like he was dribbling the ball down the court, not paying attention to anybody, and he sings about wishing he was back on the cotton field.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorn Leghorn. So the aliens are slow, they're short, they can't jump very high, so they're all like, well, let's challenge them to a game of basketball. So they show them a little instructional video, and the aliens learn that the NBA houses the best players in the world. So they hatch a little scheme. They head straight to tonight's game at Madison Square Garden.
Where we see Raymond's wife from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Everybody loves
Deborah.
Raymond. Deborah. She looks at these
Deborah.
aliens stacked together
Deborah.
in a trench coat.
My name is Manny Mammoth. Sorry, go ahead.
And they turn into goo and steal their talent. This is where I was like, wait a minute.
Question mark.
Wait a minute. Stop this movie.
What?
Can we all pause? They're in a trench coat and they slide down to the floor in goo. And Deborah goes, and she jumps on her seat because she sees the goo. And then the goo travels on court and nobody sees. Like, I'm okay if the Looney Tunes act loony. I'm alright if it's like, oh, well, the goo is visible to us because we're the audience and the people can't see it.
Right.
But Deborah jumps out of her chair and screams because she sees goo on the floor. And then no one sees goo slip into this basketball player's nose.
It's also like the grossest thing, like the way that it looks, and but it kind of looks okay. You know what it actually looks like? It looks like any special effects from Xenon Girl of the 21st Century.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie in a minute. I'm sure they do not
It's-
hold up.
It screams Xenon Girl of the 21st Century. I don't remember what's in that movie. I think it's like a spaceship that's like really weird or something, or something that she talks to that's super weird. I don't remember what it is. I think it's a second movie actually, but
God.
like it screams those vibes. Like it's this weird like pulsating alien fucking weird looking thing, and it just attaches itself onto these fucking basketball players, and then he comes on back all, I got their talent.
I've got the talent. So it's not like they use some sort of machine or gun to take talent. That would have been too easy, right? To just shoot him with the talent scoop and ray, No.
There literally could have been any other way they could have done this, and they did it in the fucking most weird, unexplainable way possible.
The aliens actually turn into goo and biologically steal their talent. No magic, no technology. These are just aliens, and this is what they do. At this point, I was wondering, they need people to amuse them at an amusement park. They already are, working or prisoners or slaves, whatever you will, for the Mr. Swaghammer, Danny DeVito character. So why don't they steal talent from performers so that the aliens can perform? He's got many
Yeah,
of
you
these
make a
little
good
alien
point.
guys working for him, because even when they turn into Monstars, he's got other alien people. I'm assuming they can all
Yeah.
turn into goo.
Right.
I don't. Whatever.
And if that's part of their biology, and then if that's the case, you don't need to turn. I mean, I don't know. I guess he also doesn't trust them because they're stupid, and he's also talking about making them slaves, and I guess those are more his employees.
They steal their talent. These talents turn these little pipsqueaks into superstar monsters or monstars. It's then that the Toons realize that they need some help. All right, so they snag Michael right in the middle of his golf game with Bill Murray and take him to practice. Michael, at first, he refuses to return to basketball. He's like, no, I'm done with that b-ball. I'm on the other b-ball.
His
And
excuse
then-
that he doesn't want to play basketball is so dumb. He's like, but I play baseball now. Like, okay, you play another sport, you can't play basketball anymore. Like, you're fucking come
Just
on.
for that
Like,
reason.
that's the
He's like,
dumbest.
wait, but I already switched.
I don't
Not
think-
it's just
I don't
for
think you
one
guys.
game,
I don't think you
Michael.
guys understand how this works. I don't play basketball anymore. I play baseball now, so can't help you there.
I've already switched. What part of that do you not
I
understand?
don't think you guys are getting this.
So at first he's saying no, then the Monstars, excuse me, they return to intimidate the team, and they intimidate them by turning Michael into a basketball in the most horrific display of 90s CGI I've ever seen.
They stretched out his face so that it was the size of his torso, and it wasn't even his face at that point. And then he's like, screaming like just the whole time. Like his mouth is wide
Just
open.
a Michael Jordan.
He's just eating
my
eating
God.
all of the
Oh.
the dirt and the
dust.
spit that they used to clean it.
Oh, and the spit
We
shine.
forgot about
Let's
the
not forget about
spit
the
shine. Ugh,
Lemony fresh.
disgusting.
So
Yes,
gross.
yes,
That's
yes,
disgusting.
yes, 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 yes.
Just, yes.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a
Shrek the musical
minute.
references. Y'all should watch Shrek the musical. All right.
Da-da-da.
That shit, that shit was not cute, but it gives Michael the motivation to return to the game. All right, that's all we need for him to
yay.
get bounced around the
What
court.
a fucking
needed to-
stupid scene.
He needed to be the
What
ball
a
in order to
dumb-
return to the
What
ball.
a dumb scene.
I don't know how this movie works. This is the logic. And of course, child me loved that scene. I was like, he's the ball. This is so. I wish I was the ball. Turn me
They don't
into
even
a ball,
fold
Brian.
him up like nicely, and it's like they use like a photo projection 3D model in place of like the next to these 2D cartoons that are folding him, and it just
It's
looks so weird.
wrong. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that old shirt you had, the Little
I
Penny
was just
shirt.
about to say Little Penny. I was just about
Were
to
you?
bring up Little Penny.
It's that disgusting CGI where it's not even based off of like a character face. They didn't have like the the dots on the face kind of face tracking. We don't have all that.
Someone drew
okay, so they
some
just
dude's face in 3D. It was weird.
and then they stretched it out.
If you
It didn't-
guys,
like it,
if anybody
they
has,
could have just made a CGI ball and then slapped his face on, but they wanted to like distort his face to make it look unrecognizable.
if anybody wants to take like a good 20 minutes out of their day, search up this like very limited ad run Nike did where they like made up NBA stars basically. What?
All you need to do is Google
Lil Penny. Lil apostrophe Penny, and you'll see.
I'm looking at him right
he's
now.
got
It's crazy.
He's got a plethora of backstory. It's so he's been a part of Nike ads
God.
for quite some time. They've dropped him since, but look up Lil Penny. It's worth it. It's a fun little journey. And I used to have a T-shirt that was given to me by my neophyte in my sophomore year of high school when I was in drama, and my neophyte was Brandon Mansell.
What up,
Love
Brandon?
you, Brandon. Hope you're listening.
Love you, Brandon. Shout out to Brandon. Just imagine Lil Penny's face that you're seeing right here slapped on a CGI MJ. Not Michael Jackson, the other MJ.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. So yeah, then we cut to the basketball team hospital montage where they're all just
Oh my
getting
God.
checked out by doctors.
Easily the best
They don't-
moment of this movie. That's
It
so.
was so funny.
It's horrible that the best parts of these movies don't feature the Looney Tunes.
You get so many references too. Like apparently there was some rumors going around that
That Charles Barkley
it
was
was
with
Muggsy.
Madonna.
that one, Charles Barkley, yeah, that he was with Madonna, so they referenced it. They were like, I won't go out with Madonna again. He's like praying, trying to get his talent back. It was a good hospital montage scene. They're getting
So
checked
good.
out. He says, why do you keep lying to your mama? But
But
I love my
my
mama.
mama. I wouldn't do that.
So, switch on back to the Toons tryouts. It turns out Lola Bunny, which was actually made for this movie.
Oh.
Lola Bunny was not previously shown until this
Pause.
movie. She was a new character.
Excuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they did just make her really hot for no reason.
Yes.
There's not like
literally for the joke of this
Wow.
movie. Anytime that she's in a scene, it's funny because she's a hot bunny and because people are, ooh, heart eyes, cartoon,
Wow.
ooga.
Auga.
It's really a
That
problem.
was really,
it's really a problem.
enthusiastic. Auga.
That's how I feel about the sexualization of a cartoon bunny.
You're
Okay.
unenthused. I'm unenthused.
Awooga. I get it. I understand the purpose, and I
Awooga.
don't like it. Awooga. Turns out she's the only one who could play. At least they gave her some skills. She's
Yeah.
cute, but
She's also
she can
a
play
strong,
basketball.
independent bunny woman.
Yeah, don't call her doll.
Don't call me
Don't do
doll
that.
ever again.
So then, so after Michael slips on the court, he says, "I need my lucky shorts and sneakers," and he sends Daffy and Bugs to go grab his basketball gear from his house. I don't know why this scene needed to exist in the movie. Oh, I guess it's to tell the kids, because then the kids end up knowing later. But then that doesn't actually involve the plot. They just happen to say, "Oh, he's at his other game," and the little girl goes, "Shh, not supposed to tell mom."
Oh, that's true.
But then he arrives not even a split second later, so it really doesn't even turn into anything. But Daffy and Bugs go to his house. They end up waking the kids on the way into the house, and then the kids end up saving them from the dog who wants to eat Daffy and Bugs because I don't know, they're animals. So-
Yeah, I would. Yeah, my dog would chase a duck. No doubt about it.
A Daffy Duck though, a standing duck.
What, ducks don't stand on their feet?
Not. Oh, wait a minute.
Wow.
I was gonna say
Wow.
not usually.
Ooh, Justin forgot ducks are bipedal. All right.
Oops. Oops. But not a giant Daffy Duck. Well, anyways, they grab the shorts. They come on back to the practice court. They give Michael his gear, and it turns out Stan followed them back into the Toon World somehow. He sees them on the golf course. He sees them go into a hole. So now he fits through the hole as
I
well.
thought it was like a
not
coyote
in-
situation. Like the coyote's standing on his back hind legs for no reason. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're still on this right now, and I'm moving on. He somehow he's not in the Toon World, so how does he slip into the golf hole? I don't know. He's
Oh
already
yeah,
dug
that
so
pissed me
far
off so
down.
much because like he did dig so much for that to be nothing. Because when he finds out that they're jumping through the hole, we don't find out how he jumps through the hole. And if he just jumped into the air and then dove into it, like I'm calling
Why didn't he
bullshit.
do that for the 1st
I'm
one.
calling
exactly.
bullshit because he was sticking his head down that thing trying to do that earlier. I feel like
And
I
even dug
remember.
a giant
I feel like I
hole.
remember 80 more scenes to this movie. Did they take a bunch out for the Netflix release?
Maybe
We
they
should
did,
figure that out because I
honestly-
remember him having his head stuck in that hole.
Because honestly, right after that, we're already in the 3rd act.
Yeah.
We're already almost done
Yeah.
with this movie.
Did they take stuff out?
That's a great question. I don't know. Only God knows, or maybe the devil, whoever made this movie.
Oh, this is the devil's work, definitely.
Okay. So we're going into the 3rd act. So I decided this is a good place to do the 3rd degree quiz show.
Oh, fuck. All right. Okay. Wow.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Ryan Diaz. I'm from Orlando, Florida. I'm ready.
Hi. Oh, sorry. I was.
Wow, the
wrong
ho-
voice.
The host
Try-
has a fucking dork voice too.
Hi.
Jesus.
Welcome to the 3rd degree
How did you
quiz
get this
show.
job with that voice?
Welcome to the 3rd degree quiz show. Today our subject is our filthy man Wayne Knight. We all know him as the filthy,
Fuck,
disgusting man he is.
no.
Always tripping over his shorts, always sweating all over the place.
I hate
Wayne Knight is in a famous movie called Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park stars the beautiful, talented Laura Dern, the exact opposite of a Wayne
Oh
Knight.
god. Which
What
one's that one?
was Laura Dern's Laura Dern's character name
Oh man.
in Jurassic
okay,
Park?
Okay. Laura Dern is the girl scientist, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh man. Oh, I don't know. If I get her last name, will you give it to me if I say Doctor something?
Yes, I will,
Oh man.
because she's got a full name.
Oh man, Justin.
This is a hard one. Everyone knows Jurassic Park. Everyone knows Laura Dern. But what's her name?
Okay. Hammond.
Oh,
is,
Nana. What's my name?
Hammond is the last name of the guy, like the guy that made,
Correctamundo.
right? Okay.
John Hammond. Correctamundo.
John Hammond, and then her name is Doctor. Oh man.
In this
Oh,
show,
man.
the point is not given to if you give the correct answer. The point is given if I think you'll have the correct answer. And I
you
think
don't
it's a flat out no.
yeah. Well. Oh man.
Seems like a simple question on paper, but do we
God,
actually listen to people's
ugh.
names in a movie about dinosaurs coming back to life?
It is something white, but it's not Dr. Stevens. It's not Dr. Stevens.
I will give you that it does start with an ST.
S. Yeah, I know
I
it
will
does.
give you that.
I know it starts
Oh,
with
I'm
ST.
sorry. Just the S, not the T.
Oh, there's no T? Okay.
Excuse
I
me.
was thinking ST, but okay, so Stevens is not it. It's Dr.
And
Is it
30
is it
seconds
no,
on
no,
the clock.
Okay, is it a common last name?
No, not really.
Oh, fuck. No, so it's not Dr. Smith.
The first name is much more common than the last name.
Oh, it's Carol. Is it Carol? Her first name?
Is that your final answer? You only get
No,
one answer
no,
on this
no.
show, honey.
No. My final answer is
You've got
Doctor
14 seconds on the clock.
Dr. Dr. Susan. No. Dr. Summerlin.
three.
Dr. Summerlin. I don't know. I can't.
1 is your final answer, Summerlin.
Sure.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
I know.
Laura Dern's name was Ellie Sattler.
Sattler.
It's Sattler.
I was absolutely never going to get that. So
No, I thought maybe Ellie. I feel like they say Ellie a few times.
I thought her name was Carol.
Well,
So
that's another point for Baby Jizzle.
All right, I guess I'll go back to my seat now.
Another point in the Jizzle pocket.
God damn it.
I'm so
Baby
sorry for
Jizzle.
that.
You know, it's so funny too because I was gonna do a bit at the top of this show, and I'm gonna save it for the next show now. But the fact that you said Baby Jizzle threw me off so much, I couldn't do the bit.
I stole your Izzle. I stole your mojo.
Yeah, but it's so Jizzle, Justin. Come on, man.
Well,
You
I'm
didn't
not
even
in
think
control
about it.
of the names that are given to me.
You didn't even
by
think
myself.
about it. You said Baby Jizzle. Oh wait, no, that didn't.
It
No.
rolled off the tongue. It rolled off the tongue. What can I say? So we're in the third act. It's the final game. We're already here. We're here. It's like when you're at the end of a roller coaster and you're like, oh, that's the last loop-de-loop. I already see like where I'm supposed to slow down. Cool.
This
That's
is the
always
part.
the worst feeling when
This
you
is
feel
the-
like the roller coaster wasn't long enough.
This is the part in the Mummy roller coaster where you go through the skull and it's going. Ah, there's fire.
I want to say that's a bad comparison because the Mummy is one of the best roller coasters. I feel like you get your money's worth for how long you have to wait in a line versus how long the roller coaster is.
Have you ever had to wait in the line at the Mummy?
Never, and that's the point. It's
Okay,
not
I see what you're
the
saying.
longest. It's not the longest ride, but it's good for your money. You know, for the weight
Yeah.
that you got to put in.
For the
But
no
Rip
wait
Ride
time.
Rip Ride Rocket is
God.
an hour wait at all
You're
times
right.
for no
You're
reason.
right. And
And by
it's so
you only get a
bad.
clippy of the song that you chose. By the time you get into the chorus, you're like, oh, okay, we're getting back in. I got to get out of this roller coaster.
What
That's my
song do
favorite
you
part.
choose when you ride Rip Ride Rocket?
Everybody knows of the secret menu.
Yeah, the Eminem song, right?
You hold it, and you have to hold it for like 10 seconds. So
yeah,
like
it's
you're
a
already
fat- it's a
almost
fat-
going
you're,
up.
Oh, yeah, you're 90 degrees vertical at this point.
You're 90 degrees. You're not sure if you're gonna get your song in time, and then it pops up, and you lose yourself by
You
Eminem
have to,
every
you have to
single
throw
time.
those numbers in there, and you have to play "Lose Yourself" every time.
You better lose yourself to the music.
It's if I can't get it, it's either because sometimes you hold it and it doesn't happen, and you're like fuck. So next I go "Paralyzer" by Finger 11.
Oh my God! I haven't heard that in so long. I literally have goosebumps right now. That was weird.
I'm not paralyzed,
I seem to be struck by you. I wanna make you move.
So that or I do "Stronger" by
Kanye West. That's my
Yeah.
second one. Stronger is
Stronger.
you got to do something motivational where you're just like
Yeah,
you're
it's gotta
getting
pump
it.
you up. I think once I did a Black Eyed Peas song, but I can't remember which one.
Ooh, like
Don't
Boom
Funk
Boom
with My
Pow?
Heart. Or maybe it was
maybe a boom boom pow.
maybe it was Boom Boom Pow or Don't Funk with My Heart.
The boom boom pow was strong when that was around. That shit was everywhere.
Boom boom boom. Gotta get that boom boom boom.
boom. You were.
I got that
2000 late,
boom
girl.
boom pow. Let me be jacking my style.
This is not a Finger 11 podcast. Neither a Black Eyed Peas podcast.
That's
so-
right. Welcome to Black Eyed Pod.
Oh, you just. All right, guys. Tune in next week.
Welcome
We're
to
starting
Black
the
Eyed Peas in a pod. Oh!
Oh, a Black Eyed Peas in a pod.
Welcome to Peas in the Pod, a Black Eyed Peas podcast.
It's already trademarked. If anyone listens to that, it's already trademarked. Don't even
Trademark,
try.
copyright.
All right. We're in the third act. Toon Squad is losing that game miserably immediately. They're getting slammed on.
It's kind
They're
of one-sided, isn't it?
They're getting body slammed. This guy is breathing fire out of his mouth. We didn't know he can do that, but no one cares. There's a lot of physical violence in this game that is perfectly allowed. It's
Yeah,
legal.
this Marvin the Martian's a terrible referee.
You are so right. And you brought up a fact that Marvin the Martian is a referee because he's a toon and he's an alien.
Right.
So he's somewhere in the middle. He's got to stay unbiased, you know? And it's also like his turf, you know? He knows these aliens. He's chilled
Yeah.
with them a few times. He doesn't love them, but he knows them.
Chill with him a few times. I don't know about that. Maybe he's been to Moron Mountain.
It's like how Obi-Wan knows the Trandoshan. It's not like he likes them, but we know of them. They're a race that exists in this
Which
alien
one's
world. Trandoshans are the Federation Committee. Oh no, a
that's-
Trandoshan is Bosk. Never mind.
Yeah.
And what's the fly guy? The fly guy who owns
He's
Anakin?
Tordarian.
Anakin.
His name is
owner.
Grotto
Watto.
Watto, and he's a Tordarian.
He's a Toydarian. Good job. Nice one.
Tordarians don't fall for Jedi mind tricks.
What are you waving your hand around like you're some
you're some sort of-
Jedi?
Jedi. Anakin? Annie? Is
So they're
that
doing
you?
some- They're doing some nasty stuff on the field, and nobody seems to
I
care.
sold
You know,
her. Things say that they married her. Okay, sorry.
in hindsight, they should have had this game in the real world where we have real referees, because obviously this loony world, He's a little nutty, a little wacky.
Yeah, you're allowed to hurt people on the court, apparently. That's okay.
And people love it. People are going wild in the audience. This is their bread and butter right
All
here.
cartoons. All copy and paste cartoons.
You know, I would say more than 50% of the comedy that comes from the actual Looney Tunes show is physical violence, though. So I would say that really is the whole point of this game. Like,
Wow,
people
hot
are
take.
loving it.
Hot take,
Because
hot take.
no, literally, why is Coyote Ugly funny? Coyote and Roadrunner. Because Coyote always hurts himself trying to get to Roadrunner.
Yeah, you're right. What's the name
Why
of that
is-
show?
I want to say it's just Roadrunner, right?
No, I think it's got a name.
It was called The Roadrunner Show. That's literally what it's called.
Really?
Yeah, The Roadrunner Show. Yep.
The
Yep, yep.
Roadrunner show. Okay.
The Adventures of Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, Wile E. Coyote.
So after all these incidents on the field, Stan's getting a little suspicious. This is the one good thing that Wayne Knight does in this movie. He sneaks into the Monsters locker room and he learns about the stolen NBA talent. Whoa! Not before getting caught, though. He gets caught.
Oh my god. He gets his
Runs
ass
on back.
beat. I hate him so much.
I hate him, but
so
I also
much.
feel bad in that moment. You know,
No,
He's
I
doing
don't.
the-
He's looking like a little scared little bitch.
He's finally doing the right thing, though. You know, it's the one moment he gets to shine.
Don't hurt me. I can make a big stars.
Yeah, he does say that. Stan, he immediately tells the Toon Squad, which gives Bugs an idea. He pretends to have a secret weapon of his own, Michael's secret stuff, in order to give
Just
the team
water in a jug.
just water in a jug. It gives the team a morale boost. It gives.
It gives the team a morale boost.
I will not. Committee.
Goyles.
I really had to choke that one out.
Committee.
In order to give the team a good morale boost, and it actually works. The false confidence works, and they're almost caught up to the Monstars. It's 66-68, and the Monstars boss calls a timeout. Michael overhears him talking smack, so he ups the stakes a little bit. Where them stakes at? He says if
Ooh,
they
a
lose,
steak. I want a steak.
if they lose, they got to return the stolen talent. But if they win, they get Michael Jordan as their star attraction.
That's a tasty steak.
That's a tasty steak. It's not much of a. I wanted to say, like, I assumed that they would return the stolen talent if they won because they don't need it at that point. They've got their star attraction. So when
So-
you did say it, I was
I
like,
don't know.
that's you just bet your life just to get the talent back. You know what I mean?
I mean, I did not assume that they were going to give the talent back. Why would you make that assumption?
Just because they don't need it anymore. I mean, I
But
guess
they're
you're
bad
right.
guys and now they're tall.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. They upped the stakes. We got stakes on the field
Now there's cooking steaks.
With most of the team injured or out of the game, Michael decides to put Stan on center court. Stan is able to make one basket, and then he gets flattened into a pancake. There's another one of those CGI moments.
Horrible. This is when I talk the most shit about him because I hate him so much.
And like I said, any sort of comedic act is him getting hurt or him being a dum-dum.
Yeah, and then they blow him up to a balloon size, let him fart all over the fucking stadium.
Which is weird because you see his mouth open like a oh as he's flying around. He's
Yeah, but
moving.
the air must be escaping from both holes, man.
But he's moving around like a balloon, and like with his mouth as the propeller. So like he's moving
You
around.
make a great point.
Butt first. He's moving around like that. So
Is he moving around butt first?
that's what I remember. At least I remember thinking like, why is everyone holding their nose?
I
know it
trust
sounds like
you.
a fart, but you can't fart out of your mouth.
You can't fart out of your mouth, Justin Venus.
You can't. You can't. It's just impossible. I mean, this is Looney Land. So after the tunes blowing back up, Michael notices that they couldn't have done all that silliness if they weren't in Looney Tunes world. So with only 4 players left uninjured, Bill Murray returns to be their fated 5th player and saves them from the forfeit.
He kicks ass.
He does. We love Bill Murray.
He starts the I was gonna say round. He starts to play like really strong, doing everything that he said he was gonna do, and then he does a fake out. It's great.
Yeah, he does a really good fake out. And he was talking earlier on the golf court. He was like, "Hey, with so many teams injured right now or having their weird moment, like maybe it's my
guys are
time.
gonna need
Maybe
me."
I can get in there." And this is his moment to shine, and it's beautiful. With 10 seconds left on the clock, and they're down 76-77, they desperately try to get Michael the ball. They say, "That's our play. Just get Michael the ball."
Because he's
And,
finally figured out that he can stretch his arms and be loony
He can use the
after
looniness to
a
an advantage.
4-quarter basketball game.
After seeing all this looniness, even before the game happened, it took
They
him seeing
just now.
Stan
They
fart around the
just
room.
now told him, "Hey, no, all bets are off. No stakes. Go."
So he's using the looniness to his advantage. He finally has the ball. Bill Murray does an excellent pass behind the back, grabs the ball, jumps up, the signature Jordan, legs outstretched. The aliens grab him, try to take him down, but he uses that looniness. He stretches his arm in the most grotesque, disgusting way.
This is the worst. This is the worst. This is the
to
worst.
Slam it dunk.
It's a cursed image. It's a cursed moment of time. It's cursed. It's a cursed everything. It's fucking disgusting. He stretches his arm out to not even dunk the ball. He doesn't even dunk it. He ends up tossing it in anyway. Why didn't you just toss it from where you were? Oh God,
He was already above the 3-point line and
then
mid-air.
it's like the worst
Level-
stretch. It's like Fantastic Four 1998 if they made a CGI movie stretch. Like it's so bad.
He stretches all the way over to slam the ball when he could have really just shot it. He's at the 3-point line and level with the hoop, so if anything, it's a better shot. It's an easier shot.
Exactly.
It's Michael Jordan. It's not like he can't do a 3-pointer, But you know what? He needs to dunk.
Exactly.
It's not a Michael movie if he doesn't dunk
But
for
he
the
didn't
last
even
basket
dunk.
of the game.
He didn't even dunk the ball.
No, you're right. He kind of let it go right
He
above
gets
it.
like a foot. No, he gets a foot away from it and tosses it in. There's an arch.
Well, that's
And
our
he got
climax.
3 points for it, didn't he? Oh no, he got 2
He
points
did.
for it.
Did he? He wins the game. That's all that matters.
Yeah, they win.
All
They
right,
win.
points don't fucking matter in this game.
This is a game of Pooh Lions anyway.
And that's always a thing for me when it comes to like the climax. It's always one moment. This is that moment. This is him getting that last basket before the buzzer, and the thing that let him do that was the looniness, and it tracks. I guess it makes sense, but it's not as satisfying. It's just like, oh,
It's
he
the
did
worst.
the dunk.
It's the absolute worst thing.
He did the Michael dunk, but it's a weird stretchy arm. Gotcha. This is
You know
when
what
I'm
the real
supposed to
thing
be
is
jumping
that-
up and down.
The real thing is that they didn't write an ending, and they were making it up on the fly. And then, no, I'm just kidding. But no, the real thing is that they didn't have the budget to make him loony all the time, so they told him in the last 10 seconds of the movie so that he would only be loony once.
Oh, don't forget about the basketball.
Oh yeah.
He turned into a basketball,
I
but he
forgot
doesn't
about that
realize
modern-
until now
modern
that
Marvel.
he can stretch his arm.
That's true. Wow, he's fucking stupid.
Yeah, he's already done the loony stuff. Anyways, this has gone on long enough. We're already in the epilogue, if you will. He makes it back in time for his baseball game, making a beautiful entrance in his spaceship. Wayne Knight comes down first, and he announces him, "Here's Michael Jordan!"
yeah.
And everyone goes wild. Everyone loves him. He comes down. And then they skip straight to him giving the players a talent back. And I was wondering at this point, does he still suck at baseball? Everyone's
We
so
never
happy
got
to see
that.
him.
Yeah. There's a lot of subplots that aren't wrapped up.
After his worst game, his worst first baseball game where everyone was talking, like he was on the news about being so famously bad. Everyone's so happy to see him back. Does he do well in that baseball game? Does he now have the secret stuff to finally perform baseball? Who knows? Who cares? This movie does not want to tell you that.
Wasn't a subplot that they thought they had to wrap up.
This is not a baseball movie. This is a basketball movie, guys.
Very clearly.
He gives all the players his talent back. They all got to touch the ball, and he gets asked if he even has what it takes anymore. And the credit rolls as Michael plays one last game with his old teammates.
Oh, that's so cute. And then the movie ends as if none of it happened.
Yes, as if you woke up shooting out of
It
bed
takes-
out of a fever dream.
It takes the exact amount of credit for itself as a dream does. It's fleeting. You wake up and you can't remember it. You don't
can't
know
remember most of
why.
it.
You have
Only the
no
very
idea
last
why.
second.
You're screaming at your own subconscious, like, why did you create that fucking thing? Why was that there?
Yeah.
Yep, it tracks so
Why
much.
me? Why?
Why me?
So that was the movie in a nutshell. You're at the end of the roller coaster. You're wondering, did I really wait an hour to ride this ride?
Oh, damn, I should
Was
have done
it
single
worth it?
rider.
I should have done a single rider. You're right. So I mentioned most of the big players, but we also have some basketball teammates. We got Charles Barkley, we got Larry Bird, we got Patrick Ewing, we got Larry Johnson, Sean Bradley, and Tyrone Muggsy Bogues. We love a Muggsy, and he loves his mama.
I love Muggsy.
I don't really recognize most of these names. They sound familiar, but I'm not a basketball fan. Sue me. Sue me.
Right.
Sue me.
I understand.
Well, Muggsy, my man Muggsy, he is the shortest player to ever play in the NBA. He's 5'3".
Oh, I didn't know he was 5'3". Jesus.
He's short. He's a short dude. And he has an upcoming biopic
Oh, cute.
called Muggsy.
Oh, cute.
So when I watch that, I'll be like, oh, girl, look at that glow up.
That's nice. I like that.
That is nice. The only other thing I got is that Space Jam 2 is in works. to be
No.
released in
No.
2021, starring
No.
LeBron James.
No.
Michael Jordan refused to come back, but we got LeBron James, all right?
Are you fucking serious?
I am serious.
I hope it's
It's
better
been
than
in
this
the-
one.
It's still shaky. It was announced in 2015, so
They
it's been
should've-
5 whole years. So we don't know if it's
Was
still coming up.
LeBron the basketball star that was in Trainwreck?
I never finished Trainwreck. Actually, we watched that when we were at Melissa's house.
But
That's
was
so
it-
random.
But was it Dwayne Wade or was it LeBron James?
I don't know. Do you want me to Google it now?
Yeah. Because if
I
it's
think
LeBron
so.
James, then I don't feel bad because it's going to be a good movie then because he's good in that.
Yep. He's in that movie.
Okay, yeah, he's good in that, so.
Anyways, it's time for
For the money mumbo. Money mumbo. Money mumbo. Let's get ready to mumbo.
So here's the budget and then 80 million. You just mumble the whole thing. No one hears us.
I think the budget of this movie was approximately $65 million.
How much? You said 65. How much do you think?
My real guess.
How much do you think this monster movie cost?
Okay, the biggest thing is I always want to like say, okay, how much did this other movie cost? We've already discussed, but I can't remember any of them.
I honestly
so
can't. I feel like this was an expensive movie, but I don't remember what the highest one
yeah.
is.
I want to say it probably spent like under $100 million definitely because we haven't really come across a lot of movies from this era that cost more than that. But I do want to I want to say it costs a lot still.
Yeah, you gotta pay
It had
Michael
a lot
Jordan.
of basketball players in
You
it.
gotta
and they
pay
get
all the
paid
basketball
a lot
players.
of money.
You got to pay for all the voice actors. These are some well-known voice actors. All
feel
the Looney
like
Tunes.
I want to say 60 million, but then there's something that says like 6 too little, but 100's way too big, and I feel like
It's also a lot of green screen going on.
That's true.
in
And
a
in
time where this was brand
1996,
new.
yeah,
Yep.
this is 3 years even before George Lucas even took a crack at it. So,
Yep.
$70 million.
Pre-prequels.
$70 million.
70 million is very close. It is $80 million. You were saying 60
Wow.
and 100, and I was like, oh, I hope he goes right in the middle.
Oh, if I would have bridged that gap instead of just saying, wow.
No one's ever got spot on in the Money Mumble so far. That'll be a gold star for them.
Yeah. That's true. One time it was 55 and you got 50, and I was like, ooh.
Ooh, 5 million is our closest guess. So
Whoever's
how much do you
keeping
think we
tabs on
made?
Oh, God.
I should make like a master list of all the budget and box office so I know what's the most expensive one. Because I feel like this is really expensive. 80
That
million.
sounds like
I
a
don't know if
project
we've-
for you. Have you
I
ever
don't know
used
if we've
Excel
done-
or spreadsheets or anything like that?
I have. I used to use it all the time in the airport and I fucking hated it.
Oh, really? I think they're. I mean, like when you really think about it, if you were to spreadsheet part of your life, like it's useful and kind of not and kind of fun.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like things that I care about, I'm sure it would be fun. So
Yeah.
I
So
might
maybe you
actually
should
do that.
spreadsheet this. Yeah. God, it's got to have made a lot of money. I don't want to say it made like $300 million. What's the most we've done? I think 358.
I wanna say like 350. Yeah.
Was Superbad was the highest one so far. I want to say it made more than that, but this was also 1996, so the
Yeah,
dollar was different.
Money was some difference. Exactly.
Like probably 200 million. Oh, you know what? What did we spend? 80.
80.
Well, I want to say it made 3 times its money, but $240 million. Okay, yeah, $240 million.
Oh, just under. It is 230. 230 million.
I'm over. I'm not under.
That's still. Oh, I meant the answer was under.
Oh, okay,
you.
yeah.
Don't try
Okay,
to correct me
sorry.
ever again.
Shit. Sorry.
This is the highest grossing basketball movie and still has not been surpassed.
Really?
Yeah. It used to be
Black Man Can't Jump. White Man Can't Jump. No.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, White Man Can't Jump? Really?
I'm so glad you said it because I was
Great.
about to Google it. I forgot.
I was about to
Yeah.
start naming all the basketball movies I knew. I'm glad it was that one because I couldn't think of another one
I'm
besides
glad it was
Air
the first one too, girl.
Bud.
So yeah, we made our money back almost
Teen
3
Wolf.
times over.
Yeah, good for us.
Good for us. Good
It
for
would-
Michael Jordan. Good for
It
the
would have
Warner
been 3
Brothers.
times over if they would have gone with my budget, 70 million.
Yeah. You're stupid. Well, this is gross. This is not profit. This is gross.
You said I'm gross?
No, I said that. This is the gross. Are you kidding? Or you,
Yeah,
you
I'm
didn't
just
hear me?
joking. No,
You're a
fine.
bitch.
We can move on.
I was about to repeat myself,
All
but
right.
here we are at the final rating.
Let's rate this bitch.
All right. This is likability. How much did we like this movie?
Bro, I fucking hate this movie.
I don't know if it's a 0 or a 10. I don't know
It's
if it could
so
be anything
bad.
other
I
than
didn't
those
like
two.
it. I didn't like it. I blacked out. I came to, and I don't think I had a good experience.
I don't think it was a good movie.
I
but
think this movie-
I loved it so goddamn much.
If you're gonna give it a 10, I'm not gonna be in agreement with you.
This is one of like my fan favorites. I will play it right now.
No,
After we get off, I'm gonna put it on again. and
you
I'm gonna
better
get up,
fucking not.
And it's time to celebrate.
You better stop.
It's time to
Um,
get up. It's time to
I
celebrate.
hate you. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Heresy.
It's got the only thing going, Justin. The only thing going for it is nostalgia. That's not enough.
You didn't have fun when you were watching it though.
Because I was so appalled.
You didn't. You didn't want to get up and celebrate at the Space Jam.
Justin, don't push me. I'm gonna give you a 6. I'm not going any higher than that.
I don't know. Are we able to split ratings? I don't know, because I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm not really gonna go for the 10. I was
So it's
exaggerating.
gonna be a 7 then.
But I like this movie so much, even though it's so disgusting. All right, we're on to execution.
Do you
This is
think
where
they
we
executed this
can
well?
really-
Do you think they executed a basketball movie with Looney Tunes well? No, that plot
This
was fucking trash. So much garbage.
Absolutely bad. This is
You could have
absolute-
made-
objectively bad.
I'm gonna give it a 1.
I'm gonna give it a 2
Okay, I'll give it a 2.
because they did do something. All right, they did. It was a success financially. It was a basketball movie and a Looney Tunes movie. It was those things.
Why didn't
Anything
they?
else that they tried to set out to do, I don't know if they accomplished.
Why didn't they just follow like a formula that wasn't
They-
about slavery?
That-
Like,
It's
why
said
didn't
slavery
they just?
too many times.
Why didn't they just do like, oh, the Looney Tunes are going out of business. They need to raise $100,000 in order to stay in business. And the
No,
only
'cause
way they can do
what-
that is playing a basketball game. And the only way they
That's-
can win is with Michael Jordan's help.
No, that's an undercooked steak. You need to raise the stakes a little bit more, Ryan.
Oh my god. Okay, so slavery is where we're setting the bar.
That's like an overcooked steak. It's at least edible. You can eat it. You're not gonna get, salmonella or whatever diseases from it.
Okay, hold on. I can think of a better steak. So instead of them wanting to do slavery, there's an alien race that wants to destroy the earth, and Bugs Bunny convinces them, and they're still short, so that's why that still plays. And
Mhm.
Bugs Bunny convinces them to play a game of basketball for the fate of the earth.
That's a well done steak. That's not a medium rare. It's not like the perfect, but it's well done. It's like if you're going to a Disney restaurant, they can't serve you raw meat. They're gonna get sued for that. So they got to go with the most cookie cutter steak they can give you. And I feel like that's a very cookie cutter plot. It works. It raises the stakes. The stakes are there. How many times has it been done? Alien needs to destroy the planet. So what are we gonna do? You
I'm
know?
so sorry. I'm like having such trouble following you because now to me it just sounds like you're somehow defending the slavery plot line, and I just can't get behind that.
No, as I said, that was an overcooked steak. You made a well done steak. You're definitely.
But then you're calling
better.
it well
You're
done,
on the right track.
But you're calling it boring, and you're saying that this slavery
is.
thing is so
How many
shocking.
times has it been done? The Earth is in trouble, and we got a game to save the Earth. And they just have one giant laser pointed at the Earth.
So you're saying
That's
a
fun.
point in the slavery flavor is that it's not done as often.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That is one
You're-
point in the
you-
massive cons. There's one pro in there.
I love you so much, and your fucking weird head. Thank you for
It's
that.
an overcooked steak, and someone sprinkled some pepper on it.
Engageability.
You
well,
got some pepper. I taste the pepper.
this was about as engaging as staring at a car accident.
I agree. It's 100%
What does that mean?
too engageable. I
What
would
does
say
that
it's almost
mean?
a 12 or maybe a -2. I don't know
Exactly.
how to judge this correctly.
It goes on other opposite ends of the spectrum.
You can't take your eyes off of it. There's not a point where I'm like, this is so boring.
Because
At every moment, I'm like, this is too much.
no, I wasn't engaged in the plot, but I was engaged in
No.
the garbage. So
In
I'll
the
say it's like
visual.
maybe a 6.
I'm gonna give it a 6 as well. That's a good answer. This movie, it's all over the place. We got a 7, a 2, and a 6. I can't even do
5.
that.
I think that's 5. 15 divided by 3, right?
Yeah. Oh wow, you're so fast with the math.
So final rating.
This is a 5. There's a smack dab in the middle. Honestly, just like how I said, is it a 0 or a 10? It's a it's a fucking 5.
Wow, I guess that's
It's-
perfect.
I guess it all works out in the end, you know, and now we can forget this ever happened.
Oh my god, thank God that's over.
Man, I just want to get this over with, and I need to ask you something before we can do this.
Oh, what? I thought we were
Ryan,
done.
how do you feel right now? I gotta know how you feel right now.
Honestly,
in
I
this
feel
moment.
like, and I feel like you were about to choose the same one, but I don't care. I'm taking it from you. I feel like a giant monster just grabbed my body, folded me up into a little ball,
Damn it!
dribbled me. I knew it. Dribbled me around the room, and then threw me on the ground. And then I went ugh, ugh, and just unfolded and sat up
You
all
became
weird.
a different person in the process. You
Oh.
came out the same, but during that moment, you were not yourself.
Wouldn't say that, but okay.
Okay.
I came out.
You
Yeah,
didn't
maybe
look like
No, maybe
yourself.
maybe I did come out a different person. I came out extremely exhausted, sweating profusely,
Yep.
and emotionally disturbed.
Absolutely. That
How do
sounds
you-
appropriate.
Justin, now that you have to think of another one, how do you feel?
I
had a backup one.
feel
Do you want to
like-
use my backup one?
no.
Oh, you got
Stop
this?
Stop the track.
Stop.
I feel like a sweaty, disgusting.
Oh, gross. I
Wayne
hate
Knight
you.
of
I
a
hate you
man.
so much.
I feel like a filthy man. A filth man, if you will. I feel like a filthy Wayne Knight after he's got slammed into a pancake, blown up into a balloon, farted all over his audience, and then carried out on a stretcher. And I'm just dazed and bewildered by the experience that I just had.
I hate you for that.
I feel loony.
Oh, gross.
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 Oh, gross.
Ew, coronavirus. I got it.
No! Let's not end on the coronavirus, please.
Oh man, where can they find you, my beautiful love?
They can find me in the ground because I am dead. This movie has killed me.
They can find me 6 feet under or at the funeral home because I am deceased.
All the links are on the YouTube description. Baby.j, Justin Viñas at Twitter. Look me up. Who cares?
Please go to RestinIntoStudios.com. It's the only thing that keeps me alive.
It's the only thing I can think of anymore after this experience. It's honestly wiped everything else out of my brain.
No, I feel that. I do feel that. I don't know even how to carry on with the rest of my day now after this.
You
So
know
is
what's in
this
my head, though?
What is that?
That'll probably be in my head all day.
Wait. And as always, little Dales, little Dales in the
It's a
Space
Space
Jam! Alright.
Wave your
Bye.
hands in the air if you feel fine.
Come on and on to the main line. I'm talking about the Space Jam. Alright. I'm going to do them dance to them bands at the Space Jam. Alright, ready? Classical rendition. 3, 2, 1. Do your dance, get your hands at the Space Jam. Alright. If it feels right.
We're gonna send you into overtime.
Bye.
Man.
This is how we feel. 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 This is how we feel.
That was the one.
Ooh, that was good.
Last one
I
was
felt the harmony.